Hey guys, welcome to another New World video. In today's video, I wanted to share with you a couple of the ways I've been farming gold lately, because as our in-game economy shift, so must our farming places. So the first place I've been farming is First Light. The reason I've been there farming is of course the sumptuous rabbit meat, and as you know if you have watched any of my past videos, I hate farming one thing at a time. It has always seemed just really a waste of time. So for a while, I farmed the corrupt portals while farming the rabbits. But I'm not gonna lie, that got old really fast, so I decided to look at the interactive map and explore a little, and this is the route I came up with. After running it a few days, it has been amazing for the amount of resources and profit I can make in a very chill route. So let's have a closer look at it. Before beginning this route, make sure you're wearing your skinning set. All armor pieces with as much skinning luck as possible. Also, have skinning trophies in your home. No need for major, but not a bad idea to upgrade these right now because the prices on the artifacts are super low. And that is weird because skinning luck still has value. More so than most of the gathering professions, in that you can get rare cooking ingredients, tier 5 cooking ingredients especially, that are very high value currently. You will be gathering a lot of different things on this route using a lot of different gathering skills, but skinning luck is the one that will provide you with the most benefit for this run. So to begin, you're going to want to go to Cape Thomas Beach Teleport Shrine and head up to these herbs right here. There's a lot at this location. Now, you want to run all the way over to these herbs over here. But remember, while running between these locations on this route, our main goal is to be killing all of the rabbits along the route. They are scattered all over the place here. So in between each of these stops, make sure you're killing all of the rabbits and skinning them. So after you hit this herb location here, head directly over to these herbs here and pick them all. Hyssop right now is really high value, so it's a good idea to hit as many of these herbs as you can, and these batches are really high volume, so you'll get a lot of hyssop to place on the market. I don't know about your server, but on my server, hyssop goes as high as 0.94 per. Now run out and get this lodestone here. You'll find 3 nodes. And then over here to this lodestone. Again, checking for rabbits because you'll find them on the rocks out here quite a bit. Then cut across over to this lodestone. And then finally this lodestone location right here where there are 3 nodes. Now you have a long run all the way over to these silk threads, but in between you'll find a lot of rabbits. Then hit these 2 weirdwood trees right here. Then run over to this batch of herbs right here. Next you'll find 2 orichalcum veins located right beside a wagon. These are rarely contested like the ones in other locations, maybe because of how remote this is, but I hardly ever see anyone. The odd time there's a camper here, but even then he's generally AFK waiting for them to respawn and I snag them on my way by. You don't get a whole lot of orichalcum, but it's how I do my dailies for my Asmodium. I just hit this a few times and I have enough to make my 50 bars. Then after you've collected these, run over to these 2 silkweed spawns right here, and then over to these 3 weirdwood trees here. In the bush right here, you'll find a lot of rabbits, so make sure you keep an eye out, watch your tracker, and kill them all, because that's where the money's coming from along this route for the most part. Now after you've collected these 3 weirdwood trees, run over and hit this lightning beetle right here, then cut all the way across, killing all the rabbits, until you hit this life bloom plant right here, then these 3 shock bulbs here, and then you'll find 2 more life bloom plants right here. Then you run into the ruins. There's nothing really here, just a few low-level ancients, and collect all of this stuff in here. There's shocking bulbs, life bloom, a few more shocking bulbs over here, and once you have all of that gathered, 6 shock bulbs and 3 life bloom plants, jump down the side of the cliff and collect these 2 life bloom plants right here. And you're still going to see rabbits down here in the grass, so kill all of those. Then run over to this life bloom plant, cut across to these 2 life bloom plants over here, then into this rocky sort of mountainy area, and there you'll find a lightning beetle here, Then walk around and come back in, and you'll find 6 more shocking bulbs inside of this area right here. Then you run out, killing all of the rabbits on your way, all of your rabbits on the way, all the way back up to the first batch of herbs again, which will be completely respawned. Now, after running this route for about 1.5 hours to test for this video, this is the amount of sumptuous meat I ended up with, along with a ton of life motes, air motes, weirdwood, lodestone, hyssop, cinnamon and other herbs, lightning beetles, silk threads, and orichalcomore. So you can see this route is really profitable because all of these things right now are selling really well on the market. The lodestone is being used by people to make keys and to level their stonecutter aptitude level for free pristine gems and tons of solvent. Now what you will need to do is check which is better, selling the rabbit meat or selling the cooked plus 40 constitution food. This will depend a lot on if you have a cooking set, an earring with plus 5 cooking, and the cooking trophies, as having those will triple your yield when cooked. But if you don't have those, I would recommend just selling the meat, because generally the food sells for a little bit less than the meat, because everyone knows that if you buy 40 sumptuous rabbit meat and cook it, it turns into about 107 constitution food. So people generally price with that in mind. Now, as for my second method, it's fishing. I know, right? Since when does fishing make anything in terms of coin or gold or whatever? Well, as you know, with the upcoming changes in the January patch, infused weapon coatings are going to be a thing people will be buying and crafting. And I also still need to be running my topaz gypsum like a lot of people who craft who have neglected their expertise because running chests is so boring, so I skip it most days. So I noticed you can substitute one of the elemental creatures as the main ingredient with piranha teeth, which is amazing because they're really easy to farm. If you fish in Windsward, Restless Shore, Reekwater, the Great Cleave, or Eden Grove at any of the hot spots, you will catch a decent amount of piranha. If you really want to catch a lot of them, then you can place a fishing trophy in each of your homes, and yes, they stack. I don't know where people came up with the idea that they don't. You should also have your quest fishing set, and possibly pieces of the vengeful fishing set if you have them, along with firefly bait and a good fishing rod. If you stack all of these things, you will catch piranha like crazy and stack them up very quickly traveling between the hot spots. Now, before you think that the major fishing trophies will be difficult or costly, they aren't. If you head to these hotspots here, you will most definitely catch a blue-blooded barb very quickly. It may take a few casts, but I always catch them on average 1 per 2 hotspots, and sometimes 1 per hotspot. And for the Demonja, up here at these hotspots in Ebonscale Reach, you will catch 1 just as quickly, and the nice part is in both locations the hotspots are very close together. You may even catch a few of the blue-blooded barbs while fishing in Reekwater for the piranha, so it's very, very easy. It is nowhere near the investment of the other trophies that cost thousands of gold to acquire. So now that you have the piranha, what do you do with them? It's time to salvage them. The nice thing with these is they salvage to multiples of teeth, making them a far better option for making the infused coatings over the elemental creatures, because those are going to increase in value because of being used for multiple things. Then, after you've salvaged them, make the infused coatings of your choice and place them on the market. Or if you want to be like me, stockpile them and play the market till after the patch. But in any event, you will make a very huge profit off of these for very little effort and no investment really. Here are the locations of all of the piranha hotspots, so you can plan where you would like to fish them or incorporate them into one of your existing farm routes. Okay guys, I hope these have helped with some of the gold issues some of you have been messaging me about having. Competing with the bots for our regular routes is getting more and more difficult, so I will continue to find alternatives that yield good profits. And as always guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.